What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Center Beacon. In this episode, we are going to talk some more about drones. We're going to look at some budget drone builds. In my last video, and I will link to it in the little box that pops up somewhere on the screen here. In my last video, we dealt with like a drone guide. We did a drone guide, a drone primer, pretty decent starting point to understanding drones and kind of getting the hang of all the different symbols and, what they do and how they do it. As we've discovered, drones are incredibly expensive, or can be, as you work your way up the tiers, combining chips, trying to get the golden magical T4 or Tier 4 chips. They're very expensive, cost you a lot of gold, a lot of resources. And the drones themselves, the good ones, they're not cheap either. So what we're going to do with this video is we're going to take a look at just using the starter drone and some Tier 2 chips, and we're going to see what we can do with those. So that's all I'm using in this video. Starter drones, it's like 50,000 silver. Tier 2 chips, they pop up in the store all the time for, I think, like 100, 150 gold, something like that. And we're just going to see how effective those are, do a little testing, and try out a little budget build drone deal. When roboting on a budget, I find it useful to use a weapon with the drone microchips that deals constant damage, like the Scourge. This is a great setup for the 0.7% there effect that you get off of the Tier 2 freezer chip. You can see how rapidly he's frozen, and we're dealing some pretty decent damage as well at almost the extreme limit of this weapon's range. If you try this out yourself, you'll notice other weapons that fire a little bit more intermittently or sporadically, like Wasps or maybe even Avengers. They don't quite generate the same effect. They don't apply the DOT, or in this case, the freeze, reducing mobility and adding that damage multiplier as rapidly as does a weapon with constant damage output. So that's why I chose the Scourges on this one. Sparks, same thing. But you can see how rapidly that little freeze icon fills up. And then he's basically frozen solid. He has the damage multiplier applied, and it works out really well. Another weapon that also does very well for this setup, this inexpensive kind of budget drone build. Remember, this thing's only 4 power cells to launch. Shredders. Shredder Blitz, Shredder whatever you want to do. Shredders fire incredibly rapidly. And you can see it applies the effect. Probably, almost, I didn't really clock it, but it looks like it's even faster than the Scourges. So not only is he frozen, but he's also locked down. So if you're using a weapon that already has an inherent negative impact on the target, like a damage over time, like a Viper or something. I didn't test Vipers, but, another video. But if you're using something that already applies an effect, and then you launch this drone with just this one chip, now you're getting 2 effects. And that was almost in the same magazine cycle. So the same amount of ammo expended, you're almost applying 2 effects at once. I think in one of these clips I got it all applied in one clip on the Shredders. We got them frozen and we got them locked down in one of these. Let me see if I can cycle through here again. So we've got some overlap. I thought I did it. I don't know. You can see if I did it or not. But in a lot of these clips, in one magazine, you're applying at least one effect via the drone. And if it's a weapon like this, you're getting 2 effects on the target in one clip. Now, is the guy going to stand there and let you shoot him like this? No, obviously not. This is perfect world laboratory setting. But it gives you an idea of what you can get away with for 4 power cells. It's pretty decent. All right, let's run another chip here. We're going to do the suppressor chip. It has the same stats, basically, as the freezer chip that we just looked at. 0.7% accumulation effect. Let's just see what we can do with that against, I think it's a Fenrir I put on the other side here, and the same platform. We're going to do the Shredder Blitz. We have some redundancy built in here. Obviously, with the Blitz platform, you've got the native suppression ability as the special ability for the Blitz, and we're going to use the suppressor microchip, but that could be like a double quantum on an Ao Jun or something with the Yang Li pilot. That might come in handy. But basically, I'm just trying to demonstrate how quickly you can suppress with the microchip, not even using the robot's special ability. You can see that went really quick, really super quick on that Fenrir there. We suppressed him almost instantly and within one clip. Let's suppress this guy one more time just so you can see how rapidly that effect takes place. And basically before I can even stop talking, it's done. So in certain situations, that could be pretty nice. For a 50,000 silver investment and 4 power cells per use, pretty good. Back to the Scourges on this one. The Scourge and Spark on another platform that I really like, the Phantom. This one also works really well. You can see the lockdown chip doing its business there, trying to lock this guy down. So the issue becomes in trying to lock this thing down is that that hawk over there is running anti-control, and it makes it exceptionally difficult to lock down with just the minimal 0.7% cumulative effect that we have on this chip. Let's give it another try here and see if we can get this sucker to actually lock down. Fill in that lockdown bar. Fill it up, buddy. Nope, ran out of ammo. Damn. Get a quick reload here. Try to fill it back up. Come on, lock down, you sucker. Lock down. No, you can see it right there. You can see the little icon pop up. Nope, you can't affect me because I'm running anti-control, sucker. That is a maxed anti-control, by the way. It's probably the only one in existence because I'm pretty sure no one ever maxes those out. But that is definitely a excellent defense against at least a low-level chip like this. You know, again, you're running one chip, 0.7% cumulative effect. So if you're running maybe like a T4 chip, I don't know. Maybe it'll lock it down, or it might just have to wait until that anti-control is on its cooldown. So in this setup, you're kind of screwed if that guy's running anti-control. So that's why in that drone guide video that I did, recommend dust off those anti-controls and put those on your bots, because you're going to see a lot more little nerds like this running around trying to get you with a drone while he's like burning your face off with Scourges at 485 meters or whatever it is. He's also going to be locking you down or freezing you or suppressing you or doing something else that's totally horrible to you. So let's switch it out, and I'm going to, in the next clip, get rid of this anti-control on this hawk, and then we'll see how it does when this guy's not protected by the anti-control. Okay, our friend the hawk is back, and he is defenseless, sans anti-control. Oh yeah, get you some now, fool. You're going to get it now, buddy. There it goes. You can see the same rate being applied as before with just the one chip, except now we lock him down because he's not protected by that fully maxed out anti-control. So not too bad. What I like about these little setups like this, just a simple build, starter drone, very low cost investment, you're getting an effect that you wouldn't otherwise have. I know a lot of people kind of complained about the drone system. I completely understand, and I completely understand why it was implemented and why people are complaining about it. I think this is a great workaround. For a low-cost investment on the part of the player, you can get an effect that you otherwise wouldn't have. So you can kind of choose to go as deep into that system as you want to go. You know, it goes a lot deeper, obviously, and it'll reward you with a lot more power, but, you know, you're going to have to pay for it. So something like this, you're getting a little bit more out of it for casual play and not having to put in a whole lot. I think that's everything that I have for this video. It's 3 simple builds. That's all we're looking at is the Scourge Leech. We had the Shredder Blitz, and we've got the Scourge Spark Phantom. 1 starter drone, 1 socket, 1 T2 or Tier 2 effects chip with your choice of debilitating effect on the enemy. And that's it. As always, I will see you next time at the Center Beacon.